Hello, everyone. I'm Doris Gable, and today I'm here with Kelsey Comerford and Mackenzie Dunbar to introduce the LibGuide for the International Youth Collection. Although at this time the collection that is housed at the Alexander Library of the New Brunswick campus of Rutgers University is not available for you to visit, we hope that the LibGuide will be a useful tool to see what is presently in the collection, as well as to provide a vision for what the collection will become. This LibGuide is a tool not just to discover the scope and contents of the collection, but a resource for curating information about international youth literature that is both in English and in languages other than English. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we've got here. The International Youth Collection page begins with a carousel of some recently added books. And you can scroll through just some of the book covers to see what they are, but down a little bit further, you'll see a link to the WorldCat information about those books. You'll see our selection policy, which gives a rationale for the collection, as well as the selection criteria. Here it comes. For the books that we will be adding to the collection. And then back on our page for the collection, you'll see that there's also a database, thanks to the students of Dr. Aronson's Spring 2020 class, who gathered information about not just the author and title, but the translators, the original languages, the years published, and the current language of the books that are in the collection. You'll also see a fabulous map that was created by Susan Oldenburg, who is the Research Support and Geographic Information Systems Specialist at Rutgers. If you hover over the book icons, you'll see the titles of the books that come for those countries. And last but not least, I want to show you the donations that have been generously contributed by the people that you see listed in the box. We'd also like to acknowledge Janet Croft, who was the librarian who helped us institute the collection. Here you'll see a poster that she presented in 2019 at the New Jersey Library Association that explains the background for the establishment of the collection. On the next page of our LibGuide, you'll see a place where the recording of today's event will be housed in a couple of days, so that if you've missed it or you want to share some of the information that you'll see in today's presentation, the link will be right there. And our next page showcases some information about why we chose this day, April 2nd, which is International Children's Book Day. On this page, you'll see some information about the International Board on Books for Young People. You'll be able to listen to Liz Page, who is the director, the executive director for the International Board on Books for Young People. And she welcomes you. The recording is a little bit fuzzy, but you will be able to hear her explain and showcase some of the background for that day. And then also, Kelsey, would you like to share some of the rest of the information that they'll find on this page?
Yes, so on the left-hand side, you'll find a list of programming ideas to celebrate International Children's Book Day with your children. Next to this, you'll find a carousel of International Children's Book Days posters that date back to 2002. Each poster honors a different country. If you click on the link below the picture, you can discover what the illustrations in each poster represent.
Thank you. And so we'll move over to our next page. And this is a page that features some international awards. And as soon as my internet picks up, we'll hear from Mackenzie. No?
So here I have curated an extensive list of awards from countries other than the United States. The awards are organized by region with the exception of the international and disability section. Book award lists are great ways to discover high quality literature from around the world. All the awards listed link to the awards website where you can find archived lists of previous winners. We invite you to look further at this page to discover awards from all over the world.
All right. And next page is a place where we've collected some information and links to various international collections. The first one you see is the International Youth Library in Munich, Germany. There's some information linked from that box. The International Children's Digital Library is a website many of you are likely familiar with that showcases the art of books in many different languages. Our neighbor at Princeton University is the Custance Children's Library that houses an extensive collection of Chinese literature from China. World of Words at the University of Arizona is a fabulous resource that links reviews from global literature, and the National Louis Library, University Library, also has an extensive collection of, particularly of books that have won the Hans Christian Andersen Award. Our publishers page has been prepared by Mackenzie, and here she is.
All right, so our publishers page covers both international and US-based publishers who emphasize sharing children's literature across languages and cultures through dedicated translations and quality publications. The publishers listed here offer a wide variety to explore, including those who have produced award-winning publications and have been pioneers for international children's books. So on the left side here, we have our US publishers, and on the right side, we have our international publishers, all listed in alphabetical order for ease of navigation. Each publisher's name is going to link to the publisher's website and is included with a brief description of the publisher, including information like the publisher's location, founding year, what kinds of children's books and potentially other books each publisher produces, target age ranges if applicable, what languages the publisher's works have been translated into, bits of their messages and goals, and any other interesting facts or pieces of information. On the bottom left here, we also have a brief list of book distributors and promoters, linked to their respective websites and briefly covering what each distributor or promoter services consist of, as well as what they may be particularly notable for. Now, keep in mind that this list is evolving, building, and updating over time, so you may find a new publisher to consider the next time you check back.
Okay, thank you. And on our next page, we'll see international literature organizations. There's some information that is duplicated here, but you'll see information about the Global Literature and Libraries Initiative, which you'll be hearing more from their members shortly. The United States Board on Books for Young People is the U.S. national section of the International Board on Books for Young People. You'll see that here. Here's EU Reads, the International Research Society for Children's Literature, and of course the IFLA, the International Association for Libraries. All places that promote international literature. Our next page, Picture Book Read Alouds, is a place where we highlight some of the readers you'll hear from today: Peter Cease, Roger Mello, and Betsy Bird's fabulous presentation of books that were published last year, some of the wonderful picture books that were published last year. And then also some readers that you'll hear today, and some that we know that you're going to want to go back and enjoy later on. Hearing books in other languages is just a wonderful experience. The next page, silent books, might be a term that's not familiar to you. It's a term that has been instituted and made famous by the International Board on Books for Young People, particularly when IBI Italia called for national sections of IBI to send wordless books to the island of Lampedusa in 2012, when so many refugees and their families and children were coming ashore. And so many languages were being spoken, but literature that is illustrated in wordless books for children is a way for people to tell their stories and enjoy literature. And since then, the Bologna Book Fair has instituted a silent book competition, highlighting best books from every year from so many different countries. IBI Sweden has prepared an 86-page booklet on how to share silent books with ideas on how to share silent books for young people. And we've started a little collection of articles that can help promote wordless books for young people. Kelsey has prepared this fabulous page on promoting literature for young people with disabilities, and here she is.
People with disabilities are the most underrepresented and misrepresented group in literature. This page is dedicated to connecting people to resources and tools so they can build their special needs collection. In the middle, you will find some criteria to guide your selection policy. This list is not extensive, and the articles on the right go into much more detail on the subject. On the left-hand side, you will find a list of organizations that promote special needs literature. Finally, on the bottom, you will find a special needs toolkit. It is very important to make sure the characters in your special needs literature are sensibly and accurately represented. These sites will help you build your knowledge and give you the tools to ensure your collection contains only high-quality literature that fairly and accurately represents people of all abilities.
Thank you. And now we'll look at the next page, which Mackenzie will tell us about. And my internet connection tonight is very slow. Sorry for taking so long to get there, but here's Mackenzie.
All right. So our manga resources page here provides an overview of what exactly manga is. It touches on what makes manga unique from other comics that you may be familiar with, as well as the publication and serialization process of manga series. We also have a Wakelet playlist here that includes videos, podcasts, a visual on how to read manga, links to legal online sites for reading manga, as well as online guides for manga beginners and articles for librarians on manga curation. Down on the left-hand side here, we have a message stressing the importance of keeping in mind that manga reads from right to left as per traditional Japanese order, which is the reverse order of English. Below that, we're going to have some the manga demographics and genres, of which a very wide variety exists, along with examples of series that align with specific genres. Now, an important note to include here, which clarifies that while manga is published under these specific gender terms and age categories, that manga as a medium can be enjoyed by anyone, no matter their gender or age. Next, below that, we have our list of terms to know, which includes more general vocabulary, information on different types of print formats, and also some clarification on Chinese and Korean comics, which share some visual and stylistic similarities with manga, but are different. All right, and up on the right-hand side of the page, we have information on manga publishers, both in the original Japanese and below regarding English translations. The online resources listed below that include some key sites where manga can be read legally online, more of which can be found in the Wakelet playlist, as previously mentioned. And in addition, there's a note on piracy at the bottom, just to raise awareness on that issue as well.
All right, thank you. And this next page, Books for the World's Children, we wanted to share with you some outstanding projects that have been conducted around the world. First, the IBI Children's in Crisis project that was done in collaboration with Reforma to help bring information to refugee children at the border, sharing how they can go to public libraries to get library cards. Other projects, the San Juan del Sur Mobile Book Project in Nicaragua was the first free lending library in rural areas of San Juan del Sur. We've already heard about the IBI Book Project in Lampedusa, but there are some other notable projects here that you'll want to take some time to look at, including Books and Homes in New Zealand and the Story Mosaic Project that was done in Australia with Bengali children in the north of Australia. Some of these other pages are places where we're gathering resources. It's important to know about translation when you're talking about books from other countries. And so there are various articles here, including recordings from the ALA conference, where there was a great session on translation. And this recording where Bart Moyart and Aidan Chambers were on a panel at the London IBI World Congress. And I hope you'll take some time to enjoy those recordings. International events, including book fairs and exhibitions, are located here. It's a place to coordinate various exhibitions and particularly picture book art exhibitions, and information about those concours are here. And it's a great place to see art from so many different countries all gathered in one location. This is the NAMI concours. Other exhibitions that you might not be familiar with are also located here. The Bratislava biennial illustration is here. I also want to point out that IBI offers many traveling exhibitions. We have hosted them in the past at Rutgers and hope to do that again in the future. Other resources, including links to journal articles, blogs, and lectures, are going to be collected on this page. Here are some recordings. This one was a recording that was a webinar that is posted and available on resources on literature from picture books from Africa. Again, here's another way to get to information about the NAMI Island Picture Book Concours. And that ends our brief tour of the LibGuide. It is a growing resource. If you are interested, if you've seen some pages here that are of interest to you, we hope you'll go there. And if you know of things that you would like to add to our resources, we hope that you'll contact us. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll look forward to the rest of our presentation today. Bye, everyone.